Welcome back to the Hockey Shop, source for sports. I'm here with Cam Matwiv, and it is an exciting day here at the Hockey Shop. Well,
exciting.
We're a little delayed. We're about a week behind. You've been selling this for a week. The new Bauer Shadow line. We're going to get into everything. Pads, gloves, sticks, chest. But today, we're keeping it to the pads and the gloves. Cameron Matwiv. Can you tell me about the new Bauer Shadow pad?
I shall. I can. So, yes, we are looking at the brand new Bauer Supreme Shadow pad. So let's go over some of the differences.
Hold on right away. It's a Bauer Supreme. And if it's a Supreme line, I'm thinking a little more stiffer profile compared to the Vapor Hyperlight model.
Yes, okay. But some differences from the mock that are very important and starting with, because I happen to have my hands on it right now.
The Mac being the previous iteration of this mock.
Mac? Who's Mac?
It's a buddy of mine.
Yeah, you know what? The buddy is now talking about the Supreme pad. So okay. Cam's got the floor.
New Supreme Shadow. I'll shut up and let Cam go.
There we go. Good. So, stiffer outer roll. This has changed since the mock. So what they're trying to do is to help to prevent those pucks from skipping over. We've heard about this before from other brands. It's now kind of really being brought into the foresight. We are seeing a lot of those pucks start to bounce and ride up the face of pads, especially in tight situations. So that stiffer, angled outer roll back to in front of the pad itself will help with that puck that's kind of rolling up, now deflected back in front. Good starting point. Okay. Back of the pad. So, one of the things that I really, really like, and they've changed up since the mock pad, is actually the calf system. So, while they now made it contoured so that when you actually sit into the pad, it almost creates this nice comfy cushion for your leg as you're actually driving down into the butterfly. Before, it was more of just straight a wedge. This is actually, again, now contoured, and the way you fit into it is very, very, it's not, but it doesn't affect rotation or anything like that. So you're creating a great overall feel without sacrificing any of that good rotation that we've had to come from the Supreme pad.
I don't want to get into legal and not legal, but there's no way that's legal in the NHL, is it?
You're Mr. NHL Locker Room.
I mean, I'm going to have to look into this one.
So, Tune Fit Plus still returns as well. Again, we saw this on the mock pad. Is now transferred over to the Shadow. This system is swappable with just the regular Tune Fit, so that you find on the Vapor pads as well. It just Velcros in and out, so you do have some immediate customization on your own without having to order custom as well.
Tight or loose, you can adjust that. How tight you want that to fit, just with Velcro tabs. And what about this outer tab? Will that go
on the inside? Or I've actually seen guys go all the way to the outside with it, although it's not necessarily the way it was 100% intended. I mean, it still will work. I wouldn't try it down there, though. That's when it starts to get a little wonky on you. One of the nice things that have carried over from the Hyperlight pads too as well is that bottom calf strap as well, just to help seal and create that more roundness to the actual leg channel itself. You still have the ability to pop in a bootstrap. They still have the pocket for it over in there, and also hidden on this side as well.
But doesn't come with.
Doesn't come with. So what that now leads us to is their new toe tie system as well.
Ooh, we had a goalie tell us about this a while back, tease us about it, and now I can't remember who it was. Hutch, who was it?
Well, we're trying to figure out who that was. Bauer, what they basically tried to do here is create that gap, especially for now integrating your toe into the post of the net itself. So by having that loop gap there, we're now creating a more area for that skate to get in front of the post, behind the post, and allow that boot to get in front of the post and help to seal it off. Because
if you got your skate in front of the post, you'd give up a goal like Stuart Skinner did last night.
Yes, you would do that. Wow. Bungee elastics, still there. Still a nice, simple system.
So there's no elasticity to that initial gap.
No, this is just straight nylon.
So I like that. Okay.
So we have a fixed endpoint.
Is this adjustable or is it a fixed length?
It's a fixed length.
Have you measured it?
Looks about 1.5 inches to me.
Okay, we're going to have to get the tape measure out and and see, compare the old Demko has a very specific formula relative to the post in terms of wrapping. We'll have to see whether that satisfies it.
Okay.
Is it easy to remove in and out? This is new things. We can't skip over new things. I'm excited by this. I see you have 4 different attachment points.
Yes, because you can offset the toe bridge.
It to various degrees. Is it pretty easy to sort of move it around and change it?
You know what? You don't want to make it too easy, otherwise it would come out fairly easy. But yes, you can slide it back through those holes and take it through. So with using that rubber piece and pinching it and sliding it through.
Nice, Bauer. Innovating. I like this. Finding new ways.
A couple quick things to kind of go over too as well that still we see the return of. Stability slide knee, so that stiffer version versus the Hyperlight pads. Again, as you're driving down into that butterfly, we're creating that support surface. Great overall stability for the pad, thus calling it Stabila. Your overall calf plate and overall knee plate remain very, very similar to what was on the mock itself. Nice and hard, great slide surface. It's our Slider 2.0 skin, which is an advancement of the original Cortex skin itself.
Offset, little channel in here. Your primary point of contact is that thin little strip here, so reduces the amount of contact points on the ice, which of course reduces friction, which allows you to slide faster.
Yes.
Unless you're Cam and you've got a butterfly about as wide as my hands.
That's great.
Makes it tougher.
That's why you have good stick discipline. You keep it covered. So last really thing we had to cover with the pads itself, different flex profile from the mock pad. Mock pad was a stiffer pad than the Shadow. What's changed here is they've gone back to what would be their mid-flex or closer to their ultrasonic stiffness profile. It's creating a bit more S-bend, natural S-bend to the pad itself, a bit more thigh flex up top as well. That said, you still have their Curvex composite in that thigh to help prevent against those trapdoor goals.
That's still a pretty stiff pad.
It's still a pretty stiff pad. So don't get us wrong. It is a stiffer profile, but it's not as stiff stock as the mock. Obviously, options available custom, which you should definitely go over, but we should move on because there's still the glove and blocker to cover.
We still got more to go.
We still got more to
grab the
go.
glove, Cam. I got the blocker.
All right.
Start with you.
Shadow glove. What's different from the mock? Same break angle. Very similar. Their overall 600 style break.
Thank you.
Using that full hand style of closure. Very easy closure out of the box, I must say. Very comfy materials on the inside, so that continues over from the mock. Very open backhand, again, continuing over from the mock. But we can see the addition of a somewhat kind of wrist strap. It's not as far down, so you're still creating that great presentation that the mock can do with very easy rotation and range of motion.
This is the first time that great presentation and Cam have been mentioned in the same sentence.
Great presentation, Cam. That's me. So easy adjustment, nice tight backhand. Overall, nice wide opening. What does really set this apart from the mock is it's actually an inch bigger. So what we didn't really touch too much on is that the older mock was actually not full regulation size, believe it or not.
Will you tell me now, Cam?
Hey, we like to keep a few secrets here. So this one is now full regulation size. So yes, when you put the mock and Shadow side by side, this one will be bigger.
Where's the extra inch, Cam?
In the overall perimeter. It could be here, it could be there, it could be over there. So it's a perimeter size.
You've been selling people an undersized glove for all these years?
I didn't sell them.
Shame on Cam. Blocker.
Okay, so continuing off of...
I ought to punch you with it after telling me you've been selling
Continuing off a popular mock blocker, biggest change you're going to see in the sidewall in particular. So we still have that great rotation and easy range of motion that we would find at the cuff piece of the mock as you're comparing that from the Vapor to the what would be now the Shadow line. Again, more open. Sidewall's changed. It's actually elongated. What I do find is that there's a bit of interference just with the way that this is cut in terms of how the stick grabs. So make sure you do pick up at the stick, have that feel, because you will feel a difference between that and the older mock blocker out of the box, for sure.
See how you can't get it. Is there a little extra padding on the index finger here, Cam? Is that new or is that part of the mock too?
Just a little bit extra. We are upgrading the overall palm of the blocker itself, so we're adding an additional piece on that side. So again, those pucks that are riding up the stick, you have that additional protection. Really, nice tight fit in the palm.
Yeah, DuraConnect, really nice. They got rid of the extra material a few years ago and made that a nicer fit. I am feeling that extra protection in around The index finger. Nice.
So, if you have questions about this line, you can give us a call, 604-589-8299 or 1-800-567-7790. Lots of ability to customize. Let's not forget DigiPrint. This is also something that can be done for these pads.
A blank canvas for your creativity.
Exactly. So, give us a call and talk about it and disappear off into the shadow.